Traditional installation of ClaroGlass glass blocks walls. You will need the following tools to perform installation. When installing, you will use the following fastening elements: expansion bolts, anchors, tying wire, and installation elements such as perimeter sections, distance crosses, joint filler tape, rebars and reinforcing ladders, ClaroGlass mortar and glass blocks. The lot number of glass blocks should be checked prior to installation to be sure that all glass blocks of the same color are of the same shade. The lot number can be found on the box, on the label and finally on each glass block. Installation starts by fastening the base perimeter section, which together with side sections will make the perimeter framing. You have to remember that the glass block wall must have at least two support points, bottom and one of the sides. Perimeter section should be permanently fixed to the base using expansion bolts, and then joint filler tape should be placed in the bottom of the section. Then the perimeter reinforcement should be installed. The reinforcement could be reinforcing ladder or two 6 mm rebars tied to the section. Also, levels should be checked prior to installation to be sure that the structure is stable. When constructing a given dimension of the wall, you have to remember that a glass block with a 10 mm joint gives a full dimension of 20 cm. Therefore, when planning the dimension, you should first fasten the section of 20 cm or its multiply. When cutting, you should take into consideration the thickness of side section, 4 cm, and lengthen the base section by that length. Lux Prof perimeter section can be easily cut using metal saw. Perimeter section is then fastened to the side wall and forms the side strip of the structure. Check the vertical alignment. To be certain, mark the location of perimeter section installation on the wall. Perimeter section should be fastened to the base using expansion bolts every 40–50 cm, no less, however, than 3 bolts per section. When the room is not too high, which prevents from using reinforcement in the already fastened perimeter section, joint filler tape and reinforcing ladder may be introduced prior to fastening. The ladder is then tied to the perimeter section. The early prepared sill and side sections allows you to start installation of glass blocks. Basic method of constructing a glass block wall is laying it on cement mortar without lime. Not every mortar may be used for construction. The mortar should be adequately adherent and flexible. Therefore, we recommend professional mortars, such as for instance ClaroGlass mortar. ClaroGlass mortar is a dry mixture to be combined with batch water in proportion of 5 liters of water for 25 kilograms of mortar. Perimeter section should be entirely filled with mortar. The first layer of glass blocks may be laid on such base starting from the corner. Preferably you should place some mortar on the edge of a block and remove the excess after placing the block in the structure. The distance between glass blocks is regulated using distance crosses. After laying the first layer of glass blocks, any excess of mortar should be removed and glass blocks should be cleaned with damp cloth to prevent drying of mortar. Check the level after placing the first layer and then place reinforcing ladder or two single 6 mm rebars. Whereas in vertical joints you should place single rebars alternately on the inner and outer edge of the glass block. The point of connection of horizontal and vertical reinforcement should be tied with tying wire. Analogous to the first layer, we place the second layer of glass blocks on the previously completed layer. When reinforcing the horizontal joints, remember to anchor the ends of horizontal reinforcement in the perimeter section. When laying glass blocks in horizontal layers, you may only complete up to 4 layers daily, simultaneously checking the vertical alignment, level and wall face. After 24 hours, once the mortar has bound, you may start laying the following layers analogous to the bottom layers. To facilitate installation of top layers, you may interconnect vertical reinforcement, remembering about the principles of joining horizontal and vertical reinforcement and placing vertical reinforcement alternately on the left and on the right.